I'm Professor Richard Rudisky, and I'm a researcher at the Annis Water Resources Institute here in Muskegon, and I'm also a professor in the biology and the chemistry departments. Well, the biggest issue that we're studying right now is mercury contamination, and mercury originates from the burning of fossil fuels, and it's emitted by coal plants. We have one very large one here in Muskegon. There's another one down south in Port Sheldon. There's also a number of coal plants going around the Great Lakes, and because Michigan sits in the middle between Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and Lake Erie, Lake Huron, there's colder air, and when the warmer air comes across, the colder air makes it settle. So any mercury emissions in coal plants tends to settle right in the state of Michigan. Well, we go out and collect our samples. We have 2 boats, and we also have smaller boats, so sometimes I wade in the water, sometimes we go out in the boats, but we do a lot of work with water and sediment, and then we also catch fish and analyze them. All of our inland lakes, and that's lakes like Muskegon Lake, even down to small ponds, they all have fishing advisories for mercury, which means that the fish that live in those lakes that people catch, the mercury levels are too high, and they tell you to only eat 1 meal a month, and if you're a woman of childbearing age, you're not supposed to eat any of certain types of fish. So depending on where the fish lives, like a catfish lives on the bottom, would accumulate more, but even smaller fish like perch will accumulate high levels of mercury. Well, it doesn't hurt the fish. It hurts higher level mammals, and we're in that group, and we have more developed neural systems and brains. So mercury is a neurotoxin. It binds to our nerves, and it causes all sorts of problems, ranging from very severe problems for infants. That's why they don't want women of childbearing age eating the mercury contaminated fish, but it affects neural development, intelligence, things like that. The biggest problem is that the mercury will get into the fish, and then the fish are consumed by other animals. So birds, sometimes you can have mercury problems from birds, other predators, bears and things like that. But the real issue is the impact on humans, and people are very concerned about that. And one of the reasons why power plants are having to put in more extensive air pollution equipment is to reduce that mercury problem. Conversion to natural gas would be a real big. Burning natural gas has lower carbon emissions, and it has virtually no mercury associated with it. So conversion to natural gas, and then anything with wind energy or renewables, that would get rid of the mercury problem.